Games Workshop have shot their shot on Primaris scale missile launcher marines to mixed community reaction. Let's see if I can do any better, shall we? Welcome to Hobby with Ollie, where today I'm converting up my very own Primaris Desolation Squad. What do you mean it's Desolation Squad? Primaris Marines always end in TOR. Eradicator, Infiltrator, where I'll be converting up my very own Primaris Desolation Squad. Now, this newly announced unit from an upcoming box set has caused a bit of a stir in the Warhammerverse, with complaints like, why are the guns so big? Why aren't they Gravis Marines? Why don't we just have true-scale Devastators? However, I think that many people have missed the most important piece of design, which is the fact that this guy's gun looks exactly like Wally's face. Now, I wanted to make my own version that looked a little less goofy, so I decided to convert some standard Intercessors into missile launcher wielding badasses. For the bits required, I'm stripping down an old Intercessor squad that I never fully painted to repurpose them for heavy support. I also grabbed some Devastator arms and backpacks off of eBay. This is a great way to pick up individual models or bits, but be prepared to scout around a bit in order to get a good deal. Lastly, a couple of larger shoulder pads from, I believe, the Blade Guard Veteran Squad are going to help to complete the look by giving them a more rounded, chunkier appearance, which I think is fitting for a missile launcher squad. For my models, the first step is to strip down my Intercessors. For this, I highly recommend BioStrip. I've used it several times before, it works super quickly, has an inoffensive smell, and is pretty reusable too. I probably should have poured it out into another container this time, as I did use a little too much. However, I should be able to use this for my next batch of Marines as well, no problem. After giving the models a little stir around to get the BioStrip into any gaps, a quick trip to the bathroom and a scrub with an old toothbrush removes pretty much all the paint. It's not going to go back to shiny grey plastic, but a little bit of discoloration isn't the biggest deal, as we're about to paint them up in a minute anyway. Some of them did lose their arms in the process. BioStrip seems to break down superglue, so just be careful that you don't end up dropping bits down the sink when you are scrubbing your models. I toweled the pieces dry and then moved on to the conversion. It's a pretty straightforward arm swap, with the Devastator Missile Marines arms taking the place of the Intercessors' regular ones. I stuck together the two parts of the missile launchers with plastic glue before securing them into place onto my Intercessor bodies. On one of the squad, the head position wouldn't have made sense with the arm position, so I first attempted to remove the head, before I decided against it and decided to sculpt an arm extender out of milliput. For the backpacks, a little bit of modification is required to get those Devastator backpacks to fit nicely onto the Intercessors. Snip off the bobble on the back of the Primaris Marine, as well as a little bit of the square portion behind to give a better fit to the backpack. This was then also secured in place with plastic glue. For the other arm, the Sergeant kept his original communicator arm, and the others inherited the Devastator arms, which were then Primarisified with the big chunky shoulder pads. Now, I debated about putting sights onto their shoulders as per the original Desolation Squad. However, looking at my Marines, I decided I quite liked the profile as it was and decided to leave them off. If you are looking to do this on your own models, I'd recommend looking at the Infiltrator Incursor kit, as the alternate weapons that the Incursors have these sort of optical sights, which I think would look really good stuck to a shoulder for use as a kind of Auspex scanner or something similar. I decided to prime the whole squad and give the Sergeant a quick paint job in my usual Blood Angels scheme. Before priming, I stuck some pieces of cork to the base, which are going to be turned into lava bases later. I've got a previous video on the channel all about this technique, which you can check out right up here. After this, I primed the whole squad black. I've done a couple of conversions recently, which have been really good fun, so make sure you stay subscribed in order to see an exciting conversion coming in the future. The main thing that always surprises me is how many sins can be hidden up by just one layer of black primer. Even if you're a real novice with milliput or green stuff like I am, it really helps to kind of bring the whole thing together. I applied my red volumetric armor color as per another video on the channel, and then took to painting the details and the base. Now, while some of that painting runs in the background, I just wanted to take this opportunity to mention some exciting times for the channel recently, hitting 1,500 subscribers, as well as a whole year of Hobby with Ollie. Thanks so much to every single one of you who subscribes, comments, and shares the videos. It's awesome to be able to share my hobby with people who love it just as much as I do. Excitingly, I've also recently become an Element Games affiliate, so if there are any hobby supplies you're looking at purchasing, click on the links in the description and I'll get a small kickback at no additional cost to you. For any newbies, Element Games does sell things at a discounted price compared with Games Workshop, so it is absolutely worth checking out. With the lava base finished, here's my attempt at a kitbashed Primaris Desolation Squad. I'm happy with the result, and for me it's a lot more grounded in the 40k setting I know and love. I think the problem most people probably had with the currently revealed version is they're a little too futuristic, a little too generic sci-fi. If you like converting your own minis, let me know what projects you've been working on in the comments, and also let me know whether you prefer my version of the Desolation Squad or the original. In the meantime, my name has been Ollie, this has been my hobby, and I'll see you next time.